This is really an exciting morning, and I'm very pleased to be here with Professor Ray Gordon. A real wonderful pleasure to be with you. We have a shared history of and engagement with Vietnam over many, many years and across our families, so I'm very pleased to be here today with you. I'm also very pleased to acknowledge the so many state representatives from our colleagues in state governments, as well as the institution representatives, as well as seeing that the work of QTS is going across the generations with Ray and his dear daughter here leading the charge. Distinguished guests, students, most importantly, you are the most important people in the room here today, and your parents and friends. It is an important relationship we have between Australia and Vietnam in education, which is the cornerstone and the bedrock to all our relationships across other fields of economic, commercial engagement, diplomacy, strategic engagement on I guess, the security piece, but also the development work that we do in Vietnam over many years in each of the industry areas that are so important to Vietnam. And I know as graduates in business who are going on to pathway programs with higher education institutions, there's so many opportunities for you, and you are going through, and we're hearing from our graduates of the courage that the courses that you've undertaken here at QTS will give you to become even more successful as you move through your academic careers in your pathways. So this is a very important program that QTS enables with all those different pathways with so many different institutions, including La Trobe, Macquarie, Deakin, which I know we're going to be formalising with QTS today, as well as many others that were mentioned, as RMIT, Western Sydney University, University of Sydney, and so many more. But it is important that you, as graduates of an Australian qualification here in Vietnam, feel that you are part of the Australian team. You are ambassadors, youth ambassadors for Australia, as much as youth ambassadors for Vietnam. This is an exciting time and a bridge between our two countries as we move towards our 50th anniversary of diplomatic bilateral relations, which we'll be celebrating next year on the 26th of February with a year-long program of activities and activations, and we encourage you all to be part of that. And we're very pleased to have the Vietnamese graduates of Australia Club here who are very active with our alumni networks, with over around 75,000 now alumni from Australian institutions, and now you're all part of that. So we do encourage you to be engaged on those programs. But education is key to Vietnam's future. And Australia is proud to be a very active contributor and partner in this space. When you combine our unrivalled scholarship program, we are the #1 scholarship provider to Vietnamese students. And our international student program, with around 18,000 Vietnamese students currently undertaking an Australian qualification studying in Australia, as well as our cooperative arrangements between Vietnamese and Australian institutions and pathway programs such as the many programs, including the QTS Diploma of Business that we're celebrating today. And our development assistance, which is very focused on human resource development and enabling students with the skills for the jobs for the future, which leads to the needs of our private sector firms both here in Vietnam who are looking for the skills and the aptitude that you now possess with the training that you have received at QTS, and we'll go on to build on that. When we look at the alumni, we look at the breadth and depth of those who have taken an Australian qualification, and it is important as graduates that you reach out as you develop your own sense of purpose and the areas that you are passionate about, to find those colleagues and peers and mentors within the alumni network who can help you with your further study and career aspirations. So many of the alumni who've studied in Australia have now been taking up senior posts in the Vietnamese government as ministers. They're leading business people, researchers, scientists, medical practitioners, and many across the community sector as serious leaders in so many fields. We heard from one of the graduates earlier that the course that they've taken at QTS gave her courage, and that is so important as you move forward in today's world of coming out of uncertain times, and you are now equipped with some of those skills to build your resilience, to be courageous and to take on those next steps in your career. And the solid foundations that you have had from your course will be such an important part of building on those foundations for the years ahead. And I'm sure as graduates you'll add to the impressive list of the many alumni that we have already in our ranks. It is important that the cooperation that we have with the likes of QTS and your partner institutions continues to strengthen as we build the footprint of Australian education in Vietnam and the bridge to understanding the links and cultural ties between our two countries as we move forward together into 2023 and beyond. So in closing, I'd just like to thank you all for the opportunity to come and address you this morning. I want to congratulate all the graduates and of course your parents and your families for supporting you for this program. And of course, as another one of our graduates said, no doubt, you are more than ready to rock it. So all the best and congratulations.